Hi, everybody. We're here for a glue book session, as you can read, and probably already read anyway. This was in a magazine, and I even commented on it once in a video. Oh, that's cool. But I didn't cut it out at that time, but I cut it out later for this book. So let's find a place. I have more of those types of rooms in here, or room scenes, I guess it technically is. La di da di da di da. No. Isn't that cool? Oh, here's a whole mess of them. All right, I'll do that and trim it just a tad. Okay? I'll glue it by myself. You don't have to watch. Maybe I should make you watch. I don't have a ton of stuff this time, but maybe that's good. We can all get on with our lives. I'm way down. I don't know. Okay, close your eyes. This dumb arm thing. Every time I move it, see, it just goes right back to where it was. Okay, when I'm done filming, I'm going to wrench it back, break it. All right, we have a Sansevieria, which I believe was fake in a magazine. Which I guess I can see if you have cats or toddlers, maybe you don't want a real plant in your home. But those things are so easy to grow. Okay, what about that? Because this is just a dumb end that's crooked besides. Good job, Diane. Thank you. Yeah, I have to apologize for background noise lately in my videos. It's planes, it's people, it's locusts. Yeah, actually that looks pretty good. We wouldn't know. Okay. And those locusts too, I realize it does make a kind of weird, eerie buzzing sound in the video. It doesn't really sound like locusts. Just my luck, huh? All right, I have a bunch of pumpkins because of what time of year it is. So they can be Halloween. They can be on the fall page. I don't think any are going to fit here. Okay. I have a few road related phrases. Roads less traveled, the scenic route, and somewhere is byways here. We have scenic highways. I thought I had the scenic route. I don't see it. Do you see it? Oh, we put byways down there. Okay, here's a question. What is a byway technically? I really don't know now that I say that. Highways and byways, but what are byways? I have a dictionary right below me. Should we look it up? How about that? Okay. Is it a non-highway? Well, we don't know either. Who cares? It's kind of an antiquated phrase anyway, isn't it? Nowadays. No, no, I don't want to cut off. There's somebody on a byway there. We could just do route. All right, what makes a route a route? Diane, shut up. I suppose if it's over here, you would pronounce it root, right? Because you get your kicks. It's on Route 66, not Route 66. All right, we have some Snoopies. Now, one is super duper little. I really didn't even intend to cut that out, but it was on another, portion of another one I did cut out. Can you see? Okay, but since it's so teeny tiny, maybe we could get that on here somewhere. That fits. That fits. That's not bad. Fits. Well, let's fill that in. And then I admitted I forgot a couple of these other ones. I was going to check before I started this video to see if I already had them, and I forgot. Well, this won't fit in here anyway. Those are peanuts. Okay. Oh no. I knew I had more. I don't see them. That's not going to fit. That could go on the Christmas page too. I don't think these are going to fit. Okay. We have a nice shot of a Snickers bar. No calories involved there. I don't think that's going to fit. Couple fonts. We have Restoration and a very uptown looking font. Actually, is that what they call that font? Uptown? I was kind of being funny. That may be what they call it. Okay, and then a handwritten font. These were both in old magazines, as possibly you could tell because of the yellowing. But I maintain they don't really use cool fonts nowadays anyway. Okay. As much. Pretty good. Filled that corner up nice. Penguins. There's Christmas. I have a bow. Oh, I had a bow. Here it is. And then that one's Snoopy. Well, Charlie Brown's Christmas too, but I have a feeling they're both too big. That's okay. Oh, too big. Isn't there a little, just a little one? I don't see it. Shoot. Notes. Well, was this it? Well, it's not bad. Let's put that there. I thought there was a smaller one. Yeah. Our nice, cool, perfect weather has given way to hot again. That's not super duper hot, but pretty warm, especially for this time of year. Okay, I don't know. Not any on this side. I don't think they're going to fit. No. Oh, we also have walnuts falling. Did I mention that as a sound? I don't think I mentioned that. That's a sound too. We had a brief thunderstorm the other day, but a little bit of wind, not tons, but it was a little windy for a little bit. We had 100, at least 150 walnuts down on it from that. My husband and I picked up. Yeah, Diane was petty enough to count. Guess what that is? It is a very small dog plushie toy from a catalog, and it's kind of dumb, goofy, etc. as it is. I cut it out because years ago we had that exact same thing in my house. Okay, up there. It's not around anymore. I thought that was kind of funny. Oh yeah, we had that. Do you hear that kind of a pop sound, popping sound? That's walnuts hitting our pavement. Okay, that's pretty good. Well, really that makes more sense, doesn't it, Diane? Yeah. Okay, here's fall. Is that it for Halloween stuff? There's the Peanuts one. Where is that? Here. Well, I think orange ones are definitely, Halloween looking. I don't know. Doesn't fit. I don't know if I want this because of the color. No. Well, Diane. Well, this one looks more fall squash-like. That is a photo. It almost looks like an illustration, doesn't it? All right, let's put that right there. Wow, she's going to glue something in. Cool. Now these two are faux. They're flocked. Oh, they're not fitting. Okay. Well, that's okay. Kind of neat. Yeah, what about this one? Is that the one we just had? No, we had the flocked. All right, I don't think those are going to fit. Well, Diane, in that case, are you going to force them on the Halloween pages? Maybe. I have an urn that's probably too big and a vase or, yeah, type thing. No, 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 no. You want to do something like that, be my guest. I don't like it. Well, all right, what about the back? I forgot. I totally forgot when I did the back of this. I was kind of thinking of gluing this on so I'd remember what it is. So I'd remember. But I forgot. So I'll just have to throw it in and hope it doesn't fall out over time. Well, isn't that one cool? It fits. You know, this one is so dark, you don't notice it. Or is that a good thing? How about that? Okay. Isn't it weird, the stuff that makes an impression on you? I mentioned when I put this in, my grandmother had a pot like that. It was pretty big and it was more white with some colors dripping down. When I was a kid, she planted in it, you know, every year. I couldn't tell you what, some kind of flowers, maybe petunias. Anyway, I don't know whatever happened to it, but I can sure picture that, except for the flowers, apparently. But what a silly thing to remember, you know, 185 years later. But I guess we all do that. No, Diane, it's just you. We hate to tell you, but okay. Oh, here's the other Christmas. Oh, I bet that's the same bow and they shrank it down. This wasn't a catalog. They could have shrunk this one down a little bit. It would have helped. That's okay. It's okay. How about that? Kind of fills in that space. Ooh, it's getting a little late. Can she finish without pausing? I don't know about that. That would be nice, wouldn't it? All right. Well, it's kind of forced. These are honeycomb. It didn't say though. I'm assuming it's tissue paper, except it was $32 for the set. They're charging $32 for tissue paper. Actually, that'd be a cool thing that they should make out of resin, right? It looks like tissue paper, but it's not. It lasts a lot longer. Well, that's okay. Don't put that there, you'll lose it, so you won't be able to see it. What is this anyway? A rock, I guess? Oh, you're supposed to find 6 rocks. Well, we're going to ruin the game because we're putting a pumpkin over the rock. All right, I'll move it up. I wouldn't want to, cause anyone great stress because I couldn't find the 6th rock. Okay. I don't know. I gotta go back to those other Halloween pages. Is that it for this book? No. The Martians. Oh, right here. Now, I hope this stuff isn't too big. Yeah. A Christmas ornament. Oh, that would fit if I cut the top ring thing off. An alien that was on a ball ornament. I obviously just cut the image out. And then a $10,000 gecko pin. And I hope that fits because it was kind of a pain to cut out. Doesn't look like it's going to fit. Shoot. I would never wear it, but I think it's kind of cool. If someone gave me that, I'd sell it and take the $10,000 and do something else with it. Well, Nerds once again. Well, how ridiculous is that? Kind of ridiculous. How about that? It does cover up those, edges. Okay. Kind of talked her into it. It's going to be a pain to glue, too. It's a pain to cut. It's a pain to glue. It's a pain to place. Otherwise, it's absolutely perfect. And let's see if she can rip it while she's gluing it with the glue stick. Or applying glue stick would have been a better sentence there. Okay, it didn't rip. Very good. Get the glue off your fingers. Boy, I was working on something before, and I didn't think my fingers were that gluey. I couldn't even get the thing to come off. I had to stop and go wash my hands. It was ridiculous. Well, it's in his eyeball. Does that matter? I could make it go behind. Well, with wet glue, I should be able to just tear that right off. Such as that. Voila. I gotta put my glasses on. What does that look like? You ruined both of them, Diane. Actually, it's okay. There's no glue on this leg, apparently. It's stuck, no. It's all right. I might go in with a little bit of a pen and kind of tighten that up. Okay. And I left this dumb ring thing on the top just to sort of prove what it, I mean, you could probably tell from this gold cap, but I thought I was being smart. That's going to run into the wires. Okay, he's flying at an angle. That's fine. Oh, take your glasses off, stupid. I think it's time for a new glue paper over there. All right. Actually, maybe at an angle is even better. Okay. And then the alien face. I need to stop and wash my hands. Maybe geckos really are aliens. They sort of look similar. Oh, that's not bad. It's not really too bad either. What thinks he? No, I think down there. Awfully crowded down there, Diane. I know. Geckos like crowds. Didn't you know that? Okay, can you guys see down there? You can now. All right, I think that's it for this book, except for those pumpkins. There are no other sneaky Halloween pages, are there? I could always cut them apart and just use, you know, one or whatever that would fit. No. No, no, no. All right, let me look one more time at the other Halloween stuff, and then we'll just move it along. Oh, really, die? So soon? Oh, you could do that. I don't want to. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. Come on, book, shut. Okay, why don't we start in the back and work up to Snoopy's, and then I won't have to glue it in on camera. Okay, I have a happy birthday sticker. Okay. It was on an envelope, that's why I'm gluing it. It no longer is a sticker. It now is just an image. Okay, good. Where's that new thing? Is it right here? Yeah. Had a postage stamp. It's awfully patriotic looking. Okay. Okay. Good. Bread stuff, and then chocolate. Here. We have actual bread in a package. I could cut the top off. Should we do, let's just do that. It's a little goony looking anyway. Well, is it there or nowhere? Well, then you're gonna try every possible place, yeah. All right, let's just go back to where we started, which is what I always do, isn't it? You know how much shorter these videos would be if I would just shut up and glue? What a concept. Somebody should make a whole book about that. Oh wait, I did. Okay, this thing. Well, do we have to, I think we have to go back again. Where was that newer one? Whoops, wow. Oh, here. I know, that was on the birthday stuff. Where is it? There we go. All right, I'll do that. I'll glue it by myself. You don't have to watch. And then Snoopy's. Come on, way back in the beginning. And now they're flinging all over the place. Well, that fits very well there. Okay. The Christmas one. We didn't try this on the Christmas page, did we? No, we didn't. The doghouse. I like that. It's not going to fit. I didn't really realize this was this full. Do I have this one? No. Well, I think Diane's in big trouble. I didn't realize this stuff was this full. I don't know. I don't really want to start another Peanuts thing. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do about that either. Let's glue this and then I'll look at the Christmas page quick in the other one. I suppose the stuff that doesn't fit, I just save it for future collage use. I don't know. Alright, that's kind of neat. Well, I'll just put this aside. I don't need a paper. Open, I mean, I'll put it aside open. Alright, where's the Christmas stuff? The other Christmas stuff. That's pretty full too. Whoops, paper fell on the floor. Thank you very much. Okay, I don't know. All right, just a sec. I'm bending down. I've got a beat up, used, torn up, etc. dictionary. And byways is probably here. A side pathway that is little used. Okay, there you go. We all learned something new. And I retrieved my wax paper. Okay, folks, thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a nice day out there. Okay, really quick postscript today. The pumpkins win in this book with that. Kind of cool. Okay, bye.